Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is Book Chats. Today's Top 5 Wednesday is Top 5 Tropes You Love. So I think of tropes 90% of the time in a negative way. This challenged me to think of tropes that I enjoy, and this is also really personal because I'm sure that some tropes that I enjoy other people really hate, or they're just blah about. But without further ado, here are 5 tropes, or some of them might not quite tropes. They're super specific subgenres that I just really like, so I'm just kind of counting it as a trope. Number 5 is kind of one of those like subgenre rather than trope things, sort of, and it's the Inside Hollywood book. I am really a fan of books that take you inside kind of the star experience. You're on set or you're behind the scenes at, designing stuff or whatever. Like, I just really enjoy these books. I'm going to say this now, but if you have any books that are like fall into these tropes that you want to recommend to me, definitely do that in the comments below, because I'm always looking for new, especially new good books that have these kind of things occurring and do it in an interesting or new or exciting way. Trope number 4 is another kind of genre-y thing, and it's ballerina books. Like, not just dance in general, but specifically ballerinas. I'm obsessed with reading about ballet and ballerinas, and I don't know why, I just loved them. Points was a book that was like a really difficult, really heavy book that I read, and I read it like largely because there was a tutu on the cover, and that is why I picked it up. Trope number 3 is actually something that would be considered probably more of a trope and less of a subgenre, and I'm going to call it the Beatrice and Ben trope. This doesn't happen in real life, guys. Like, in real life, mature adults do not pick senseless fights with people that they like. But in the fiction of novels, I eat this up. I am just such a sucker for this kind of relationship when I think back to my fanfiction days, and probably 50% of the fanfiction I read was centered around this trope, which is so funny, I think, because in real life, I'm talking to my friends and I'm like, that person being a jerk to you, walk away. But in books, I'm like, clearly you guys secretly love each other. So trope number 2 is also definitely probably an identified trope, I think. I'm going to call it the Strategist, also known as I can't beat you with my fists, so I'm going to beat you with my mind. I'm a huge fan of books that rely on a character having like crazy awesome strategy skills, or when strategy has a big role in the book. I definitely feel like this trope can be done really well or really poorly. I really enjoyed the way that Marie Rotowski did it in The Winner's Curse. I haven't finished or started The Winner's Crime yet, but The Winner's Curse for me was really great. I've also seen it done really poorly. There's a couple books I'm thinking of where we were told that the main character was one step ahead of everyone else, and we were told the main character had great strategy skills, but I saw the ending coming on page like 7, and the main character didn't see it until her life was in danger. I feel like it's hard to find one of these that's done well, but when you find it and it's done well, it's so amazing. So I am always reading these books and trying to read these books and trying to find books that are just great, just have great strategery. My number 1 trope that I enjoy is actually not, I mean, it's another one of these weird subgenres more than a trope. Went through this phase where I read a ton of these, and then the phase never ended, and I still do. And that is books about political children. Kids of politicians, specifically really high up at the national level in the United States, but I guess I would also read them in other countries. I just haven't? I don't know. Do those exist? Can you send those to me? Is there like a bargain with kids? I have read so many of these books, and also like original fictions on Fiction Press that center around this kind of thing, and I was looking through books one day trying to just figure out what to read on Goodreads, and came across this one because it's in a series called the If Only series that are like standalone contemporary romance, young adult romances, and I had read one called Not in the Script that of course was that Inside Hollywood. I was kind of like, oh, I wonder if any of the other ones in this series are good and I want to read them, and this came up, and guys, it's so, like, I feel like this book was written for me. It's not out yet, so I haven't read it yet, so I don't know if it's going to be good. But I think that I am going to think it's good just because of everything that's in it, even if it's actually secretly terrible. It is called Red Girl, Blue Boy. Basically, the premise is the Republican and Democratic nominees for president's children meet at a joint event and they, like, sparks fly, but they're also, you know, like, on opposing sides politically, and their parents are, like, you know, running for president, and they clearly, because this is a young adult romance, contemporary standalone set of books, they definitely are going to fall in love, guys, and it's going to be awesome. And I am so excited for this book to come out. I think for me, going through this Top 5 Wednesday and just thinking about these things that, even though I know they're a little bit cliched or a little old or they've done before, I still enjoy them and I still seek them out. And these are the 5 that work for me. Please let me know down below what tropes you actually do find yourself enjoying, you do find yourself seeking out. And also, let me know if there is something that falls under one of these 5 that you think I should read and I have not read yet. Yeah, and if you also share any of these and want recommendations, I can seriously recommend stuff for you guys. Like, definitely. So thanks for spending this time with me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.